Andrew McGahan for SevereMMA, standing alongside Mr. Abramovich himself, Artem Lobov. Artem, you haven't had the worst life over the last couple of weeks, have you?
Not at all, no. I used to travel in suitcases. Now I got to travel in private jets. So it's been a big change for me. It's been great, yeah.
I heard you saying your back is a little bit sore, is it, from the private jets?
Oh man, it is, yeah. It's hard life, traveling them private jets, having all them presidential suites, so yeah, but it's been enjoyable. I loved it.
Just a few quick things we want to catch up with you on. While you were away, it was announced the next season of TUF is in your weight division, or one of your many weight divisions. Is it a tempting thing? You've been over, you said earlier on, you pretty much know everyone in the UFC at this stage. Do you think if you showed up at TUF, they'd be like, oh, it's Artem, we let him in, he's crazy?
Well, I'd like to think so, yeah, and TUF is definitely something that I'd love to do. I think it suits my style. I'd love to be locked in the house with a bunch of guys that have to fight me and can't run away. Yeah, so I'd love to do it, but the only issue is obviously it's going to run parallel to Conor's camp for the world title fight, which is obviously huge, and it'd be an honor for me to corner him for that fight and train alongside him. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, and some decisions have to be made, I guess, so we'll see how it goes.
Do you think as well, now that you're so friendly with them, you're also at the notice that they could bring you in 2 or 3 weeks? I know you said earlier on you do it on 2 or 3 hours notice.
100%. If they ever need any replacement on an hour's notice in the UFC, I'm ready to go. I'm always ready to go. Any weight class, any fighter, anytime. That's always been me from my first fight, and that's the way I'm going to be till my last.
It's been pretty hard for you to get fights recently, but now that maybe you're the guy in embedded, you're the guy with the stacks of cash and the private jets, there's been a couple of people recently. Steve, who's our new interviewer for SevereMMA, spoke to Paddy Pimblett at the weekend. You're not too happy about that, are you?
To be honest with you, I don't really care about that guy, but there's one thing I got from that fight, from that interview, is that, he mentions there McGregor and saying, I would fight McGregor and this, that. He's just looking for a bit of attention. It's obvious that fight would never happen, right? Then he starts mentioning Andy Ogle because he believes he can beat him, so he wants that fight. And then it's obvious to me that he's just afraid to fight me, so he is doing everything he can to make sure that fight doesn't happen. So he's just saying, I'll never fight this guy, I shouldn't fight this guy, he's this and he's that, he has no achievements. But the truth of the matter is, I live in Ireland, I'm from Russia, and I managed to get ranked in Poland, number 1 in 2 weight classes, lightweight and featherweight. No UK fighter has ever achieved that. This speaks for itself. I've got wins over 2 Cage Warriors title challengers. I'm number 2 in Ireland, behind Conor McGregor. I fought the best guy in Sweden. I fight all the best guys all around Europe. So those achievements speak for themselves. His only achievement is that he looks a bit like Jay from the In-Betweeners. So, what else can I say?
Your next fight, though, is against number 3 in Ireland, Tommy McCafferty, on the severe rankings anyway, and that's going to be in May 2nd. I was talking to him the other day, and he says he doesn't think you'll make the fight. He thinks there could be UFC commitments or something will happen to you, because I believe you were scheduled to fight before. Do you think that's just talk?
Well, I really want to fight him, but I hope he's right, and I do get a UFC fight in the meantime, and I don't have to fight him, but not because I don't want to fight him, because let's be honest here, I fought everyone all the time, so I don't think that should even be a question whether I want to fight someone. The only reason is I'd obviously prefer to fight in the UFC, because that's what every fighter wants.
Finally, Artem, before we let you go, if you look at the size of this arena, 2,500 tickets were sold for this, or given away to Irish fans. The demand for them has been incredible. You've been at every leg of the press tour so far. Is this going to be the biggest?
I think so, yeah, and I like the way the whole tour was planned out. Obviously, we started in Rio, which was enemy territory for us, and now we're back home here in Ireland, and I think it's going to be great. And the Brazilian fans were crazy, but I think the Irish are going to show how it's done tonight. So
here's a good one for you. Do you know that they're actually not giving Aldo the private jet to go home to Brazil on?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I heard he's going back with the luggage.
With the luggage?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Maybe it is. Artem, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.